everyone. So I thought I would share, since I've already gone through all the injections and I've already gone through the surgery, my feelings about the donor program and everything I went through. I'll just first start off and say that I was extremely happy with the outcome. After everything was said and done, I would totally do it again. It was not as painful as I thought it was going to be, and the one thing I was scared about the most was the surgery. I've only been put under once, and it was for my wisdom teeth to get out, and I woke up screaming. Like, bloody murder, like, blood curl, like, my mom heard me in the waiting room screaming, and she knew it was me. And I was very scared that I was going to do that again, because it's a little bit embarrassing, and I didn't want to go through shock again. And then also, the nurses and doctors there were just amazing. They're like, everybody goes through this, don't worry, we're bringing the doctor and she'll talk to you, the anesthesiologist, is that what it's called? Oh, yeah, I think that's what it's called. And she called me the day before to talk to me, and one of the nurses called me the day before to talk to me too, so it was really great. And she was like, you don't have to worry about anything. She's like, it's not the same medication as it is when they put you under for your wisdom teeth. And she was like, and I am the youngest of 6, if you start acting up and your heart starts going down or anything starts to happen, I'm going to annoy you and wake you back up and get you back to normal. And I was like, okay, that helps. And then a doctor came in and he was like, oh honey, you don't have to be nervous. And he's like, I have you in my hands, you are going to be okay. And they were just very comforting in the fact that I was extremely nervous, because I was like, I have a huge responsibility, and they're Emery and Colin. I was like, I don't want to leave this earth right now. Like, I was just scared that something like that was going to happen, since my family is going through a very hard time right now. And so they were just very comforting, and I woke up and I did not feel anything. Like, I woke up and I was dreaming of Tangled, and she walked over, she's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm good, I was just dreaming of Rapunzel. And she was like, well, that's a first. And she's like, do you have any pain? I was like, no, not really. And she's like, well, I'm going to bring you some medicine anyways, just in case. She's like, do you need a heating pad? Are you crampy? I'm like, oh, I guess I'm a little crampy, but nothing major. I'm like, when are we going to do the surgery? And she's like, no, honey, you're done. I was like, oh, okay. Like, because they put you in one medication to kind of get you all groggy, and they reel you in, and then that's when they put you under. And I remember looking up and I see like that regular, like, big old hospital light. I'm like, oh, that thing's huge, and that's all I remember. That's it. And then I woke up and I was a little crampy, so she gave me a heating pad. I really didn't have any problems other than my back, my lower back, was in extreme pain whenever I didn't drink enough water, and they said it's because I had so many follicles, so many eggs to give, that my body was extremely dehydrated, that it was going through a lot because I produced a lot of eggs. I ended up giving my recipient 26 eggs. So I hope out of those 26 eggs she is able to get a baby or 2 or 3 or how many they want. I don't know if they're going to freeze them and use them for themselves later, or if the company or the hospital is going to use it for other people. Don't know, don't care, as long as they're being used, because they're not being used by me. I get to find out if she's pregnant or not. I haven't gotten the call yet. I cannot wait for that call. I'm pretty sure she's already gotten it done because they needed fresh eggs to do it. So it might just be a little too early to contact me. I would totally do it again. I told them to put me back on the list when they contact me in 2 months to see if I still want to do it. I told them, please contact me, and I will set everything up to become a donor again. It was just so great. I had one hiccup though, and it was when I started my injections. Now, I've been hearing like different things throughout the entire time, like, oh, you only do injections for a week. I was like, oh, awesome, not too bad. It ended up being 3 weeks. I was told wrong by one of the nurses, and they were having a transition in the nurses and the receptionist during my time there. So I think just a lot of things were just really outspread and wrong. I was told the wrong amount of injections to do by one of the nurses, and I was told to do it twice a day. You're only supposed to do it once a day. And they kind of made me feel like it was my fault that I did it on my own and I didn't call because I didn't know if I was doing it right. I was like, no, I was told, and I wrote it down, 10 a.m., no, 9 a.m. and 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to do my injection. She was like, no, you're only supposed to do it at night, and when you start the other ones, you're supposed to do it 12 hours apart. I was like, I was not told that. And she was like, well, yes, she did tell you that. She was not in the room, so no, she did not. Because I wrote it down, like, all right, so do it at 9 and 6. She's like, yeah, 9 and 6. And so that's what I did. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to stab myself in the stomach with a needle more times than I am told to. It's just not the way it's going to be. So after that was all said and done, I went to the other side. I was very upset. You could tell on my face, like, I'm one of those people, when I'm sad, it's written all over. And we're walking over the other side, and the nurse is like doing my blood pressure, taking my blood, and she does my blood pressure. She's like, wow, you're really high right now. The doctor's not gonna like that. And I was like, I'm sorry, I just was told that I messed up everything. And I started bawling. And she came over and gave me the biggest hug. Like, she was my age. She's like, honey, don't worry about it. We'll get it figured out. She's like, I'm gonna come bring you some water and bring the doctor in so you can talk to her. And I was like, okay. So the doctor came in. She wasn't the one that actually did the surgery, unfortunately. I loved her, but the doctor I worked with, he was great. And she talked me through it. She was like, no, we'll get your blood work back. I'll make the medications. And I was like, I just don't want it to be ruined for the woman that's getting my eggs. And she was just like in awe that I was crying over that. I was like, well, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for her. I'm like, I want this for somebody else. And I was like, I've wanted this for like so long. And because of somebody's mistake, I might have to stop and do this all over again next month. And I did not want that to happen. I wanted to get it done for her. And she was like, no, we'll get it figured out. Luckily enough, I got the call and they just had to boost up one of my other medications, stop one, and like make the dosage smaller. So I was only messed up by 2 days instead of a whole month, which was great. I'm so glad they got that figured out. So what happens is you do, first week is just one injection, and you either do it in your stomach or your thigh. I tried it in my stomach, didn't hurt too bad. I did it in my thigh, it burned. I was like, all right, I'm doing my stomach from now on. You just have to pick outside your belly button, pinch an inch, and stick the needle in, inject the fluid, and pull it out and throw it away. So that was week 1. Week 2 started another one, so I was doing 2 different injections, no, 3. 3 different injections at 2 different times. And then I also had to take a pill. So I had to like step away, put the gate up, inject myself. I kind of got used to it. It hurts sometimes. I never took the needle out. I just went with it. I was like, oh, that sucked. I didn't want to do a video of me doing it because that's kind of, I don't know if anybody wants to see me stick a needle in my stomach. Yeah, but after a while it doesn't really hurt. You kind of, well, it hurts, but you get used to it. And then the last one is a needle about this big, and all the needles were kind of like that, and they were really thin. They use the extremely tiny needles, and that's how they do blood work too, because I have to give blood work every single day my last 2 weeks. And so they use like the tiniest needles, and it's great. It just works so great for me. The last one is really long though, and you have to 36 hours before your surgery, you have to inject it into your bum. And the nurse drew a target on my my cheek for Noah to do it, because he had to do it because I couldn't reach around. I just wasn't comfortable enough. And I told him, like, when I started, I'm like, I'm going to do all my injections by myself. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to do anything. But the last one, I need your help. And so he was like, okay. And I'm getting it set up. He's like, I don't even want to look at the needle. I don't want to see you set it up. And so I set it up and everything. We came in here and we let the kids out. And he was like, all right, if I pass out, no, there's a huge chance I'm gonna pass out. And I was like, okay, I'll try to catch you. And he stuck it in, injected it, pulled it out, put the gauze, and he's like, take the needle, take the needle. So I took the needle, and it was done. And then I went into surgery, and it went great. I cannot wait to do it again. I cannot wait for another family to pick me and want me to help them create another baby. I'm so excited for when that happens. If you guys want me to update you on round 2, I will. I'm probably going to do this as many times as I'm allowed to. My liver was in great condition. Everything went back to normal. I didn't have any cysts. My eggs started filling back up again, so nothing went wrong this time. It was a great experience other than the beginning, but the people there were just amazing. So if you live in Colorado and you are really interested in doing this, contact me, message me here, or message me on Twitter that you want some information on where to go, and I will send you to my place, because it's honestly the people that work there that changed my life. And the woman that messed up isn't even there anymore, so it doesn't matter. And the new girl that took over is so sweet. So very excited. We do it again. I get to do it 5 more times, so yay. And I think after that I'm going to start becoming a blood donor, so I can help out like cancer patients that have the blood problems, and just do whatever I can. I'm a donor for my organs when I pass in a long time, because I've always wanted just to help other people if there's stuff that I don't need. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching this. If you have any questions, please leave them below. If you've gone through this, please let me know your experience and anybody else that's watching this. And if you don't know who I am because you're just stumbled upon this video because it's not a beauty one, I am a beauty guru here on YouTube, and you could go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I have new videos up each week, and I hope you become a subscriber and join our fun little family here. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone!